casting process for the 1962 TV series Combat was a careful selection of actors who could bring the gritty realism of World War II to life. The show's producers, Robert Altman and James Lindsay, were looking for a diverse cast that could portray the camaraderie, tension, and heroism of a group of American soldiers. For the lead role of Sergeant Saunders, they chose Vic Morrow, who had already made a name for himself in TV and film. Morrow's tough, no-nonsense demeanor, and his ability to convey the emotional weight of combat made him an ideal fit for the role. To play the role of Lieutenant Hanley, the inexperienced but eager to please officer, they cast Rick Jason. Jason's boyish charm and natural charisma won over the producers, and he brought a fresh energy to the character. The rest of the cast was filled out with a mix of character actors and newcomers, each chosen for their ability to add depth and nuance to their roles. Shecky Green, a well-known comedian, was cast against type as the grizzled, world-weary Corporal Goldman. Pierre Jalbert, a French-Canadian actor, was chosen for the role of Private Levaux, bringing a unique perspective to the group as a foreign soldier fighting for the Allies. The casting process wasn't just about individual audition. However, the producers also looked at the chemistry between the actors, knowing that the success of the show would rely heavily on the relationships between the characters. To test this, they held read-throughs and rehearsals, observing how the actors interacted with each other. One pivotal moment came during a rehearsal when Morrow and Jason had a heated argument that turned physical. Instead of being alarmed, the producers saw this as a sign of the intense chemistry between the two actors, and they knew they had their leading men. Overall, the casting of Combat was a careful process of selecting actors who could bring authenticity, depth, and chemistry to their roles. The resulting ensemble brought to life a compelling and enduring portrayal of the soldiers of World War II.
They'll walk over us like we were a string of ants.
The director of Combat, a 1962 TV series, was Robert Altman. He brought the story to life with a unique approach that focused on realism and naturalism. Altman was influenced by Italian neorealist cinema, which emphasized authentic locations and non-professional actors. He adopted this style in Combat, filming on location in Europe and casting actors who had military experience. Altman's directorial vision was characterized by his use of long takes and mobile cameras, which allowed for a more dynamic and immersive viewing experience. He also encouraged improvisation from his actors, which added to the naturalism of the performances. Altman collaborated closely with the cast and crew of Combat. He worked closely with the writers to develop the scripts, often making changes on set to better fit the vision he had for the show. He also worked closely with a cinematographer, Pierre Martin, to achieve the desired visual style. Altman's approach to directing Combat was innovative and influential. He brought a fresh perspective to television storytelling, and his work on the show helped to establish his reputation as a visionary filmmaker. Altman's direction of Combat remains a testament to his creative vision and his ability to bring a story to life in a unique and compelling way.
You are faded. There's an infantry officer.
Combat is a 1962 TV series that takes viewers to the front lines of World War II, following a squad of American soldiers. It's a show filled with intense action, drama, and emotion. Throughout my life, Combat has been a source of inspiration and education. The stories of courage, leadership, and teamwork displayed in each episode have taught me valuable lessons about the importance of standing up for what is right, even in the face of adversity. One particular scene that has had a lasting impact on me is from the episode Survival. In this episode, a group of soldiers is trapped behind enemy lines and must fight their way back to safety. The scene where the squad's leader, Sergeant Saunders, makes the difficult decision to leave a wounded soldier behind in order to save the rest of the group has always stuck with me. It's a powerful reminder of the sacrifices that must sometimes be made in times of war. Do you have a favorite memory or personal experience related to Combat? We would love to hear your stories and memories in the comments below. So, stay tuned for some fun, shocking, and sad facts about Combat that you might not have known. From its groundbreaking filming techniques to its impact on popular culture, there's so much to discover about this classic TV series.
In this room, or you will be shot.
The production of the 1962 TV series Combat was a significant undertaking. The set design was primarily focused on creating realistic battle scenes from World War II. The show's creators paid meticulous attention to detail, ensuring that every prop, uniform, and weapon was historically accurate. They even hired military consultants to advise on the set design and ensure authenticity. The series was filmed primarily in California, with some locations shooting in France. The show's producers faced logistical challenges, such as transporting equipment and personnel to remote locations, dealing with unpredictable weather conditions, and ensuring the safety of the cast and crew during potentially dangerous stunts. One innovative technique employed during the production of Combat was the use of handheld cameras. This allowed for more dynamic and immersive battle scenes, giving viewers a sense of being in the midst of the action. The show's creators also used practical effects, such as pyrotechnics and real explosions, to create a more authentic and visceral viewing experience. Another challenge faced during production was the need to film episodes quickly and efficiently. With a tight filming schedule and limited budget, the show's producers had to find ways to streamline the production process. They achieved this by using a split-stage technique where two separate scenes were filmed simultaneously on different parts of the same soundstage. This allowed for more efficient use of resources and a faster filming process. Overall, the production of Combat required careful planning, attention to detail, and innovative techniques to create a realistic and immersive viewing experience. Despite the challenges faced, the show's creators were able to produce a high-quality series that has endured as a classic of the war genre.
Hit down. What are we doing now, Lieutenant?
Combat, a television series that aired in the 1960s, is often considered one of the best war shows ever made. It follows a group of soldiers, including Sergeant Saunders, Caje, Kirby, Littlejohn, Doc, and Billy, as they face new challenges and difficult circumstances each week. The show is known for its hard-hitting action and realistic portrayal of war, with great special effects and drama that reflects the realities of combat. As a child, I remember being puzzled by certain aspects of the show, such as the strange sound of the German rifles and the soldiers' tendency to leave their weapons behind. However, I still found myself drawn to the strong leadership and character development displayed by Sergeant Saunders, as well as the impact of combat on the fighting men. Combat can be seen as a precursor to many later war television series and movies that realistically portray the effects of combat. I wonder if contemporary figures, such as Tom Hanks, who may have watched the show as children, drew inspiration from it. Overall, Combat is a classic war series that offers a glimpse into the realities of combat and the impact it has on those who fight. It is well worth a watch for anyone interested in military history or simply looking for a well-crafted television show. The creation of a film score and soundtrack is a crucial aspect of storytelling, as it enhances the narrative and emotional tone of the production. In the case of the 1962 TV series Combat, the music played a significant role in setting the mood for the intense war scenes and emotional character moments. Combat's score was primarily composed by Dominic Frontiere, who was known for his ability to create music that complemented the action on screen. Frontiere's compositions were designed to heighten the tension and drama of the battle scenes while also providing a sense of melancholy and longing in the more emotional moments. Frontiere used a variety of instruments to create the score, including brass and percussion to convey a sense of urgency and danger, and softer strings, and woodwinds to evoke sadness and contemplation. The music was often synchronized with the action, with fast-paced cues for battle scenes, and slower, more poignant melodies for quieter moments. In addition to the score, Combat also featured a soundtrack of popular songs from the era, which were used to set the scene and provide a sense of place and time. These songs were carefully chosen to complement the action on screen and enhance the overall emotional tone of the production. Frontiere's work on Combat was widely praised, and his compositions have since become synonymous with the series. The music not only served to enhance the narrative and emotional tone of the production, but also helped to establish Combat as a groundbreaking and influential TV series. in creating the music for combat. Frontier and the other musicians involved were able to elevate the series and create a rich and immersive world for viewers to experience. The score and soundtrack remain an enduring testament to their skill and creativity and continue to resonate with audiences today. In the 1962 TV series Combat, the character Caje was intended to be a Cajun from Louisiana, but actor Pierre Jalbert, who portrayed him, was actually a French-Canadian from Quebec. This casting choice contrasted with Vic Morrow's role as Sergeant Chip Saunders, where he became known for wielding the Thompson submachine gun, a weapon infamously associated with the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, which took place on the very same day as Morrow's birth in 1929. The title of the series features an exclamation point designed as a stylized bayonet, adding a unique and striking visual element to the show's name.
The boy is the son of Émile Villette?
Yes, do you know his...
Sure, I'll be happy to analyze some iconic scenes from the 1962 TV series Combat. One memorable scene is from the episode Survival, where Sergeant Saunders, played by Vic Morrow, is trapped in a burning barn with a German soldier. The tension is palpable as Saunders tries to escape while also dealing with his enemy. The director, Robert Altman, uses close-ups to capture the actor's expressions and the fire's intensity. Morrow's performance is gripping, and the scene is a powerful exploration of the futility of war. In the episode The Bridge at Remagen, cinematographer William H. Clothier uses wide shots to capture the epic scale of the battle. The scene where American soldiers storm the bridge is particularly impressive, with the camera swooping overhead to show the chaos and violence of the battle. The director, Robert Altman, wanted to convey the chaos and confusion of war, and this scene certainly accomplishes that. Another iconic scene is from the episode Oscar Schmidt's War, where a German soldier, played by Peter Falk, befriends an American soldier, only to betray him. The scene where Falk's character reveals his true intentions is heart-wrenching, and Falk's performance is nuanced and powerful. The director, Robert Altman, uses close-ups to capture the actor's expressions, and the scene is a poignant exploration of the human cost of war. These scenes have had a significant impact on audiences, exploring the complexities of war and the human condition. The directors and actors involved have spoken about the importance of these scenes, with Vic Morrow noting that combat was an opportunity to explore the realities of war in a way that was both entertaining and thought-provoking. Similarly, Peter Falk spoke about the importance of exploring the nuances of human behavior in times of conflict. Overall, the iconic scenes from Combat are powerful explorations of war and the human condition, with standout performances from the actors and impressive direction and cinematography.
Doc! Come on!
Vic Morrow and Rick Jason, the co-stars of the TV series Combat, received equal billing in the opening credits. The credit order alternated between the two actors, and it wasn't necessarily determined by the size of their roles in each episode. In one episode, Combat, Cat and Mouse, Morrow's character, Sergeant Saunders, revealed that he was a shoe salesman before the war. This disclosure might have been a lighthearted response to a reckless sergeant who derisively referred to his comrades as shoe clerks. Interestingly, Morrow was born on the same day as the St. Valentine's Day Massacre in Chicago, an event infamous for its association with the Thompson submachine gun. Morrow's character in Combat wielded this weapon and became an iconic representation of it.
Do you think they ask you these questions for their amusement?
All I know is they're asking me questions I can't answer, sir.
The 1962 TV series Combat had a significant cultural and social impact. It was one of the first American television shows to realistically depict the horrors of war, and it resonated with audiences who were looking for more authentic portrayals of military life. The show's graphic violence and intense battle scenes were groundbreaking for the time and helped to shape the way that war was depicted on television in the years that followed. Combat also had a profound influence on pop culture. It popularized the genre of war dramas on television and inspired a wave of similar shows in the following decades. The show's iconic theme music and memorable characters became a part of the cultural lexicon and its influence can still be seen in contemporary war movies and TV shows. Moreover, Combat contributed to discussions on relevant social and cultural themes. The show tackled issues such as racism, loyalty, and the psychological effects of war, which were controversial and taboo subjects at the time. By addressing these issues, Combat helped to challenge societal norms and promote greater understanding and acceptance of diverse perspectives. In conclusion, Combat was a groundbreaking and influential TV series that resonated with audiences, shaped pop culture, and contributed to important social and cultural discussions. Its impact can still be felt today, and it remains a significant milestone in the history of American television.
Yes, Sergeant.
Knock it off.
Lieutenant Hanley, a character in Combat, began the series as a non-commissioned officer and was later promoted to lieutenant. Vic Morrow, who played Sergeant Saunders, was honored at his funeral by co-stars Dick Peabody and Rick Jason, as well as director John Landis. Paul Busch made appearances in 33 episodes, often playing different German soldiers and officers who typically met their end. Busch's characters were usually killed off, contributing to the show's intense and realistic portrayal of war. Combat, a 1962 TV series, received positive reviews from critics and audiences alike. It was praised for its realistic portrayal of World War II, gripping storylines, and strong performances. The New York Times hailed it as a thoughtful, often powerful series with an impressive honesty. Audience reactions were also overwhelmingly positive. Many viewers appreciated the show's gritty realism and historical accuracy, with some even citing it as one of the best war dramas ever made. The series' ability to balance action, drama, and character development was particularly commended. Combat received several award nominations, including 4 Primetime Emmy nominations. Vic Morrow, one of the show's leads, was posthumously nominated for an Emmy for his performance in the episode A Day in the Life. The show's writers and directors were also recognized for their work. These accolades are significant as they highlight the quality of the series and the hard work of everyone involved. They are a testament to the show's enduring popularity and its impact on the television industry. The nominations and positive reviews helped to boost the show's profile, attracting more viewers, and cementing its place as a classic war drama.
Children, his mother and sisters and brothers.
Jalbert, le lieutenant veut que tu saches que des hommes comme toi sont
In the 1962 TV series Combat, Vic Morrow's pilot episode was directed by Boris Sagal. Ironically, 2 decades later, both Sagal and Morrow met their untimely end in a similar manner, struck by a helicopter's rotor blade while filming movies. This coincidence has been referred to as the Combat curse by fans and journalists. Rick Jason, who played Lieutenant Hanley in the series, was married 3 times during the show's run. His M1 carbine from the show was given to comedian Charlie Callas, who had it mounted over the bar in his house. However, since Callas' passing, the whereabouts of the weapon remain unknown. Combat had a significant impact on its viewers, with many, like Callas, becoming big fans of the show. Despite the tragic end of its lead actors, the series remains a classic in television history.
I can't do that, Colonel.
You have been found.
During the filming of Combat, the 1962 TV series, the cast and crew faced numerous challenges and shared memorable experiences that added to the show's unique charm. The series, set during World War II, was known for its realistic battle scenes and character development. Vic Morrow, who played Sergeant Saunders, was well known for his dedication to the role. He often stayed in character, even off camera, to maintain the intensity of his performance. Morrow's commitment extended to performing his own stunts, which sometimes led to injuries. The series' tight filming schedule added to the cast's camaraderie. With only a week to film each episode, the actors and crew formed close bonds, often socializing together after long shooting days. Combat also featured a young Ricky Nelson, who played an American soldier in several episodes. Nelson, already a successful musician, was initially nervous about acting, but he quickly became comfortable with the cast and crew, even performing impromptu concerts between takes. Behind the scenes, the production team worked tirelessly to create realistic battle scenes. They used real military vehicles, weapons, and uniforms, and even employed military consultants to ensure accuracy. The show's attention to detail helped create a convincing and immersive World War II setting. Despite the series' success, it wasn't without controversy. Some critics argued that combat glorified war, while others praised its anti-war messages. The show's creators maintained that they aimed to portray the realities of war, both the heroism and the horrors. Through it all, Combat remained a beloved and enduring TV series with its compelling characters, gripping storylines, and realistic depictions of World War II. The cast and crew's dedication, camaraderie, and commitment to authenticity shone through in every episode, leaving a lasting impact on viewers and television history.
He's not going to L Company. I saw the orders. Okay, $10 apiece.
Combat, a TV series that first aired in 1962, was originally broadcast on Tuesday evenings at 7:30 p.m., competing with popular shows like Gunsmoke, The Lloyd Bridges Show, and Laramie. The character Caje was named Carrie in Japan since Caje sounds similar to police detective in Japanese. In the episode Combat, just for the record, it is revealed that Saunders is from Cleveland, Ohio, and his mother affectionately calls him Chip in a phonographic recording. This record was sent to him by his mother and sister.
You were saying, Sergeant? The aid station at Ouray. You were what?
Combat, a 1962 TV series, holds a significant place in film history as one of the earliest war dramas to air on television. It paved the way for future filmmaking by showcasing the realities of war and the emotional turmoil faced by soldiers. The series' realistic battle scenes, character development, and gritty storytelling were groundbreaking for the time and have since been emulated in many modern war films. Combat inspired several subsequent works, including the popular 1980s TV series Tour of Duty and the HBO miniseries Band of Brothers. These shows, like Combat, delve into the complexities of war and the bonds formed between soldiers. The series also influenced video games such as the Medal of Honor series, which feature realistic war scenarios and character-driven stories. Additionally, Combat has had a lasting impact on the film industry through the careers of its cast and crew. Many actors who appeared in the series, such as Vic Morrow and Steve Forrest, went on to have successful careers in film and television. The series director, Robert Altman, also became a highly influential figure in American cinema, known for his innovative filmmaking style and socially relevant themes. In conclusion, Combat left a lasting legacy and influence on film history, future filmmaking, and subsequent works. Its groundbreaking storytelling and character development continue to inspire filmmakers and entertain audiences to this day. In the first season of Combat, PVT, Kirby began carrying the BR, a bipod-equipped 30-06 machine gun, which he continued to carry throughout the series. Rick Jason, who played the lead role, was originally supposed to carry the M1928A1 Thompson submachine gun. However, after 2 days of filming, he found the Thompson too heavy and switched to the lighter M1 carbine, which he carried for the rest of the series. Vic Morrow then took over the Thompson, but he also complained about its weight after 2 weeks. A lighter replica Thompson was made out of wood for Morrow, which he carried until it was time for a firefight, at which point he would switch back to the real Thompson. The DVD box set reveals that Shecky Greene, a well-known comedian, spent his own money to appear in an episode of Combat. He did so despite having a successful show in Las Vegas. Unfortunately, Greene left the series due to the financial burden.
There's an infantry officer.
The TV series Combat, which aired from 1962 to 1967, was budgeted at $150,000 per episode. Despite the fact that only 11 months elapsed between D-Day and the German surrender, the show lasted for 5 years. Sergeant Saunders, played by Vic Morrow, was referred to as Chip throughout the series, but his full name was never mentioned. Lieutenant Hanley, portrayed by Rick Jason, was called Gil in the first episode, but his actual first name was never revealed again. The use of nicknames without revealing the characters' full names added an element of mystery to the show.
With dirty detail?
I volunteered, sir.
No, don't hand me that. The only thing you ever volunteered.
A film adaptation of the 1962 TV series Combat was once planned, featuring Bruce Willis as Sergeant Chip Saunders, but it never came to fruition. One of the show's main actors, Pierre Jalbert, who played PFC, Paul Caje LeMay, was cast despite having no prior acting experience. Before his role on Combat, Jalbert worked at MGM as a film editing technician for nearly a decade. As the series progressed, the principal cast members began using custom-made fiberglass prop helmet shells instead of the heavier steel helmets they had at the start. This change was led by Vic Morrow, who played Sergeant Saunders. These details highlight the practical aspects of producing a television series, shedding light on the behind-the-scenes decisions that can impact a show's production and the experiences of its actors.
Good luck.
In the TV series Combat, character names and ranks were often revealed through the storyline. PFC. Paul LeMay, also known as Caje, fought alongside PVT, William G. Kirby, and PVT, William Nelson. The name of Littlejohn's character was never revealed, and similarly, Sergeant Saunders, played by Vic Morrow, was only ever called Chip by a few characters, but his real first name remained a mystery. During the D-Day invasion episode, Hanley is addressed as Gil by a young woman. The distinctive helmet worn by Sergeant Saunders in the series was covered with a piece of nylon from a U.S. paratrooper's camouflage T5 main parachute canopy, and not a cloth Marine Corps cover, as many viewers assumed. This detail added to the authenticity of the series, which was celebrated for its realistic portrayal of the soldiers' experiences during World War II.
Not now. We're in a bad position.
What do you suggest, Sergeant? Surrendering?
We'll fight if we have.
In the 1962 TV series Combat, which depicted the grim realities of World War II, a tragic incident occurred when actor Vic Morrow, who played Sergeant Saunders, lost his life along with two child actors during the filming of a scene in 1982. The accident happened due to a helicopter crash, which was later attributed to a series of unsafe decisions and practices on set. This unfortunate event brought attention to the dangers and ethical issues involved in filmmaking, leading to stricter safety regulations and protocols in the industry. If you have memories of watching the 1962 TV series Combat, we'd love to hear them. Share your experiences and thoughts on how this classic show impacted you personally or influenced your view of cinema. Perhaps you admired the realistic portrayal of World War II or the compelling characters. Maybe it sparked an interest in historical dramas or inspired you to explore war films from other eras. Whatever your connection to Combat, we encourage you to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more cinematic explorations. Let's engage in a lively discussion about this timeless series and its enduring appeal. Your contribution is invaluable in helping us understand the significance of Combat and its place in television history. So, please don't hesitate to comment and share your thoughts. Let's dive into this intriguing topic together.
Looks like your gold-bringing days are over.
Yes, sir.